Everyone, my name is Afreen Asbat and I welcome you all in today's session. So today is Unit 3 Operational Aspects of KYC Module A. This will be finished in two parts. Today is part 1. Okay, so let's start this class. In this chapter, we are going to discuss what are the important requirements under KYC, Know Your Customer Policy. We have already discussed what is Know Your Customer Policy in the previous chapter. Now, in this chapter, we are going to discuss all the important terms and conditions and aspects that are related to KYC. So, let's start. First of all, the basic overview. When we are talking about the KYC, Know Your Customer Policy, there are different steps which need to be covered for KYC process. And the steps are: first is customer acceptance policy, second is customer identification procedure, customer due diligence procedure, identification of beneficial owner, enhanced due diligence, simplified due diligence, customer level KYC and monitoring, and periodic updation. Okay, so these are the different requirement, different instruction that the bank need to cover for KYC, Know Your Customer. Now, in this chapter, we are going to discuss each and every point in detail. Okay, so let's start discussing. First of all, what is customer acceptance policy? Customer acceptance policy, in a very simple way, if I can explain this, is that when you are going to be in the bank, when you are going to a bank and saying that, okay, I want to open a saving account and current account and my name is Afreen Asmat. Now, bank need to accept this, that you are Afreen Asmat. First step for KYC is the customer acceptance policy. First of all, bank need to accept that the customer is the real one. Whoever he or she is representing, him or herself, is actually real, not fake, or not in any other fraud he or she is involved in. Means, for example, if I am saying that I am Afreen Asmat, I have to give a proof to bank that, okay, I am Afreen Asmat. Customer need to accept me as a customer. And for this, what are the conditions that need to be fulfilled for that? First of all, there are strict instruction that no account should be open in any benami or anonymous name. Means, if you have no name, you are not eligible to open the account in the bank, and no account can be opened in any anonymous name, any anonymous name. Okay, second, PAN should be verified. For customer acceptance policy, the PAN, permanent account number, should be verified. Second is to verify the digital signature of an e-document that is given by the customer. So if the customer has presented some e-document supporting his or her identity, then obviously their digital signature need to be verified. Next, it should not result in the denial of any banking or financial services. It means that if that PAN, for example, you are presenting any PAN, your PAN, and if you belong to low income group, or a very low income group, or anything like a socially or economically backward background, so it doesn't result in the denial of any banking or financial services from bank to you. So it is the compulsory condition that bank should give all type of financial services and all type of banking services to the customer. If the customer, even if the customer belongs to lower income group or no income group, or below the poverty line, or marginally above the poverty line. Okay, next, in case of non-compliance of KYC guideline by existing customer, bank may decide to close the account. See, if you are an existing customer of the bank, now you haven't updated your KYC, you haven't updated all the documents of KYC, so bank can close your account by giving you a proper notification or a notice period. If in this notice period you have submitted your KYC, updated your KYC, or fulfill all the norms and compliance of the KYC, then you are good to go, else the bank has the right to close your account. So this is the customer acceptance policy. In customer acceptance policy, the basic thing is you have present yourself. You have to present yourself as what you are imposing. For example, if you are saying that I am Afreen Asmat, you have to present yourself as an Afreen Asmat. You have to present some supporting documents that are that actually supports your identity. So first of all, this is a customer acceptance policy. Next, second is customer identification process. Now, what is customer identification process? Now, if you are saying that, okay, you are Afreen Aswad and bank accepted you as an Afreen Aswad, now verification of you is compulsory and must. Whatever document you have presented that supported your identity must be verified by the bank. And if you have an identification that is being given by any third party, then obviously this also need to be verified by the. Okay, so customer identification includes the identifying by using reliable independent source document, data or information. Whatever the information you have provided just should be verified and cross-checked by the bank. So this is identification process. So there are certain cases and there are certain identification that customer need to fulfill. For example, by opening an account or establishing account-based relationship or undertaking international transfer for non-account holder. If you are a non-account holder and you walk into the bank and you want to transfer any money internationally or domestically, or you are establishing any account relationship with the bank, now customer identification procedure is must for all of you. First of all, bank should accept you as a customer. Second, bank should verifies your document, whatever document you have presented. Okay, if you are a non-account holder, then also this step is applicable to you. If you are selling any product including third-party product, reloading or loading or travel cards, or its value is above 50,000. You are involving in any type of transaction or you are selling any type of product, but the value is over and above 50,000, then the customer identification procedure is important for you. Means the bank should verify you, the bank should identify you. Second, carrying out a transaction of connected transaction value over 50,000 for walk-in customer. Means if you are a non-account holder in a bank, if you are a non-account holder in a bank, you just walk in and you want to transfer once in a while a money, but the money is over and above 50,000. Either you want to transfer it internationally or domestically, you have to go through from this customer identification procedure. Means the verification of the document is must from the bank side. Next, when there is a doubt that a customer, whether walk-in or account base, is internationally structuring transaction below the limit of 50,000, when the bank just detects something fishy on your transaction, it means that you are purposely reducing this limit 50,000 to less. Why? Just to avoid this verification step. And if the bank suspect it, then definitely a bank should provide a customer identification procedure for you. Means if you are a customer and you are doing some cleverish thing that, okay, I will be depositing some money from 1 or 2 or 3 batches and the money amount shouldn't be exceeding 50,000. So as to avoid this identification procedure, if the bank suspect it, then it is compulsory from the bank side to identify or to go you through from the identification procedure. Okay, now third procedure is customer due diligence. First, the customer is accepted. Second, the verification of the document is must. Third, the due diligence procedure. Due diligence procedure means the bank has to check overall your profile. Overall your profile means from your background to your present, from your each and every document to your name, to your PAN, to your Aadhaar, to everything. This is known as due diligence requirement. Means A to Z verification of yours. Okay, so in this, the customer due diligence include customer identification and also obtaining information about the customer location. Means in which location you are residing in, what are the activity you are involved in, for which purpose you are using the bank services, etc. So these are all the customer due diligence process. Due diligence means the bank is checking you throughout means each and everything, from location to activity to business to all type of document you have presented. So customer due diligence is actually for those customers who are very risky or high risk profile customer for the bank. Now, for individual, which individual require customer due diligence? So Not in each and every case a bank actually go through the customer due diligence requirement. No, there are some cases in which this due diligence is necessary. For example, if we're talking about the individual, a person who has an account based relationship. So if a person is entering into account based relationship, means a person want to open an account with the bank, then due diligence is must, because you are engaging with that bank for a very long period of time. That's why due diligence is very important. A beneficial owner of a legal entity customer, means if you are a beneficial owner of a legal entity customer, beneficial owner means you are representing anyone. For example, there is a company whose account is in the bank. Now you are the beneficial owner, means you are representing that company. You are actually carrying out all the transaction on the behalf of that company. Then what you have, or you will go through from this customer due diligence requirement. Okay, next, if you have an authorized signatory of any legal entity customer, means you have an authorized person from a company or from any institution whom you are representing. Last, a power of attorney holder, means if, for example, I, means Afreen Azmat, I have actually transfer right to operate my account to my sister. Now my sister actually have the power of attorney to perform any functions on my behalf in my bank account. So customer due diligence is necessary for me also and for my sister also. So in every these cases, if you are account holder, if you are a beneficial owner, if you are a signatory, authorized signatory, and if you are a power of attorney holder, then in all these cases the customer must exercise this customer due diligence program on you. Okay, now next, if we are talking about the documents requirement, what are the document that is required for this? First of all, Aadhaar number is required for due diligence. One recent passport photograph is required. Second, permanent PAN number or Form 60 as defined in the income tax rule. This is the document that is required for customer due diligence CDD. Now, this is very important. Just remember this. These are the some official valid document OVD for KYC. So, what are the official valid document for KYC? It is passport, it is driving license, it is proof of possession of Aadhaar number, voters identity card that is issued by the Election Commission of India. Next, if we talk about any job card that is issued by Narega, and lastly, if you have a letter that is issued by the National Population Registrar. Okay, so these are the officially valid document for KYC. Remember this point, PAN is not considered as officially valid document for KYC. This is very important. This is very important. Clear? Now, if we talk about the customer due diligence procedure, so customer due diligence procedure, the restriction for account for non face to face customer with OTP based, means now there are some customers which are actually non-faced customer, and there are some customers which are faced customer. Now faced customer means you are directly participating with the transaction in the bank, means you are going to the bank, you are withdrawing some money and you are depositing some money, you are faced customer. Now for this, due diligence requirement is something less, okay, as compared if you are a non face to face customer. For a non face to face customer, does customer due diligence requirement is a must from bank side. Non based customer means you are not visiting bank, you are carrying out all the functions electronically, or OTP based means you are depositing money in the same way, you are withdrawing money in the same way, you are not visiting a bank branch, so you are non face to face customer. Now face to face customer have a low diligence procedure because it is the customer who is actually visiting to the bank. But if you are non face to face customer, due diligence requirement is first must. Now there are certain restrictions for a non face to face customer. Now what are these restrictions? First of all, aggregate deposit balance shouldn't be exceed 1 lakh. Means if you are non face to face customer, you are just carrying out the activity on OTP based or electronically, then your aggregate deposit balance shouldn't be exceeding 1 lakh. Second, your aggregate credit should not exceed 2 lakh in a financial year. Means you cannot submit any amount more than 2 lakh in a financial year. Means the total amount of credit, the aggregate credit which you can deposit in your account in a financial year is 2 lakh. And the third is term loan. You are actually limited, you are actually have a limited excess of term loan of rupees 60,000 per year. So these are the restriction for a non face to face customer, and this restriction is applicable and very important. Now why this is in the customer due diligence procedure? Because if you are a non face to face customer of a bank, you are not visiting bank, then this process is compulsory for you. In case of NRI, non-resident Indian or people of Indian origin, copy of the document certified by a specified authority should be obtained in original. Now there are authorized official of overseas branches of scheduled commercial bank or any. So if you are any NRI or if you are people of any Indian origin, for your customer due diligence, you have to submit a document that has been certified by listed below. Means any of these official, if you have your document that is signature or accepted by any of these authorities, then these document can be accepted as a document by the customer for customer due diligence procedure. Clear? Now, if we are talking about the other form of entities, now what are the other form of entities and what documents are required in the process of customer due diligence? Now, other form of entities, for example, if we are talking about the companies, if you are any company, so you have to go through from the customer due diligence procedure. Now, what are the documents that is needed? For example, there is a certificate of incorporation, memorandum, AOA, PAN, board resolution, signatories, managers, etc. If you are a registered firm, these are the requirements, these are the document requirements which you have to submit with the bank for this customer due diligence program. If you are any trust, then these are the documents. If you are unincorporated association or bodies of individual, then these are the formalized document or formal document that you have to submit for the customer due diligence. And if you are any judicial person, then these are the document. This you have to just read out once. Okay, so this is the complete customer due diligence. So in today's part, we have discussed some of the important points that are necessary for KYC. Like first, the customer acceptance policy means the customer need to accept that you are not imposing anyone. Second, the customer identification procedure, whatever the document you have presented in the bank should verify this document. Third, customer due diligence requirement. Customer due diligence requirement means what? See, if you are any individual, if you are non face to face customer, a company, or any person who are having account relationship with the bank, so it is must from the bank side that your all A to Z verification is done by the bank. A to Z verification means you have to submit all the special officially valid document that is required for KYC. In addition, if you are a company, you have to submit these documents for the due diligence procedure. It involves especially what type of activities you are involved in, what location of yours are, and even what are the documents and all the verification of the document. So all these steps is related to the customer due diligence. Okay, so this is a part one. Now we will continue and finish this chapter in the part two. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, just keep on rating and giving feedback to the session. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye everyone. Bye guys.